Welcome back to the Studio of Art by Wendy. Today I want to talk about painting statues. I was just back from Europe and I love looking at the statues there, and it's kind of neat to capture them in paint. And of course, great way of working with values. If you want to know more about painting with statues, you can also check my blog, and the information is right below. Otherwise, let's get started. I have my paint brushes. I have a bit of paper towel. I have a selection of round brushes, some's fine for some of the finer details. I have my paints, and I took a look at my two possible mixes because I'm going to do it with mauves, purpley colors. And I looked at the phthalo blue with the permanent rose, but I find that's a kind of a cold purple. I like the ultramarine with the permanent rose. So that's the mix I'm going to use, which is right here in my tray. And I also have my kneaded eraser, and that's to lighten the pencil lines as I paint. And that's something to really watch, especially when you're using light colors, because the pencil actually will show through sometimes, and it's a really can be annoying, especially when it's a small piece like this. It's not so much when a larger piece, but with a small piece like this, it's definitely noticeable. So, got my water, got my reference piece, I'm ready to go. I start with a mid-tone. It can be softened at the edges and dragged to lighter areas. I also started working in the darker areas first to allow time to decide on brushes and paint and how they're all going to work. Then I moved to a smaller brush, as you can see, because my other brush was just too big. After one layer is on, you can go back and darken layers where the shadows are darker. It's much easier than trying to lighten. As you can see, I left the face to last because I wanted to be very confident in what I was doing and how my shadows were working before I started working on the face. Remember, if things aren't working out, it's either something is too light or too dark, or the area around it is too light or too dark. And the other thing to remember is you won't get it perfect. And I've found as I've painted different statues that, actually the sculptures didn't get it perfect either. So don't worry about perfection, worry more about seeing how the values work and what you can do with them. For more information about painting statues, see my blog posting below, and also note that there's a copy of the reference picture there as well, free to you to download if you'd like to try drawing it yourself. Wendy teaches outdoor sketching classes in the summer, and she teaches in her studio and online throughout the year. Wendy produces original work in pencil and in watercolor. She completes commission work, particularly pet portraits, and produces cards and prints from some of her work.